Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. You're currently watching how to be a good leveling up warrior, like how to level up fast as a warrior. So listen up carefully, like listen to each word I say. You've gotta be so careful and listen to everything and do it. Like do not miss any point of this. So I'll go with the rebirth book. Um, Search bar. So look careful in those stats. Do not miss any stat point I add. Like you just gotta be so careful at those stat points. Um, what you're gonna do right now is hold on. Stable. You've gotta watch those stats carefully. Like copy those stats by number. You should not miss any stat. So look, strength. You add 1 point, commit, and after that you add 2 points. 2 points, then commit, and after that go full fucking strength. So yeah, you should go full strength for leveling up and get some jewelry that will give you enough strength to survive. And for skills, you need a shatter. Then you need rupture, of course. It's one of the best skills. Like in fact, it's the best skill. And frenzy, which is a crazy skill. I mean crazy skill. Look at rupture now. Wait. Look at rupture now. Then you need double attack. Like make double attack enough for your level. And rupture, try to make it as high as possible. And then pummel. My pummel is not max because I need shield bash for bosses. Like if you're a leveling warrior, then do not level up shield bash. Max shatter, rupture, double attack, pummel, and frenzy. Those are all the skills you need. And if you get ever extra skills, just dump them in defensive formation. If frenzy and protective stance stacked, I would add the protective stance, but they do not stack together. See, go into frenzy for 60 seconds, increasing your attack and melee damage. Using this skill will remove protective stance. Like they do not stack. And the formation that you've got to follow on mobs is shatter, of course, first, then rupture because it gives damage over time. So you've got to cast it as fast as possible. Like my build right now is not good for mobs, it's only good for bosses. So the formation you've got to follow will be like frenzy, shatter, rupture, double attack, break, frenzy. What's this? So this is a pretty effective way of killing because shatter just breaks the armor like crazy. It removes almost all the resist from those mobs. Almost all. So with removed resists, your skills would be very strong. And I would say warriors are about the fastest levelers. I don't know about roads, but I didn't meet many good roads at leveling up, so I think I was better than them. And for weapons, you could pretty much choose what you like, what fits you the most. For me, I've used hammers because, I don't know, I liked hammers. I used one-handed hammer and an offhand from level 1 till, um, till 140. After 140, I started using two-handed hammer. Two-handed hammers are pretty good if you are using haste. But if you're not using haste elixir, then do not even use a two-handed hammer because it's pretty weak without a haste elixir. If you'll not use a haste elixir, if you'll use a haste ring, then go with axes because axes are like faster than hammers. The only reason I've went to axes is because of Galabron. He only drops axes, he does not drop hammers. So if he dropped hammers, I would have still gone with hammer, but I like axes now. And for offhands, if you're gonna use an offhand, then use level 100 dagger of slaying, and then level 150 dagger of bounty, and at level 180 use eldritch dagger of spite, and at 200 use runic dagger of spite. But if you run with a mage, like always you've got a mage with you, then you could use an axe of hand because the elemental damage would be unresisted because of their lore, and it will be pretty powerful. But if you do not have a mage with you, then stick with the poison of hands because in Karamar the poison is not resisted and the piercing damage is like, if you find a one piercing damage is equivalent to 11 damage. It's this way. And if you have, yeah, whatever piercing damage you get, like if you get 1, then you should multiply it by 11. And if you look at this offhand, it gives 40 piercing damage, which is equivalent to 440 damage, and 120 poison damage, which is almost 110 landing damage on Karamar mobs. And dexterity, it's good for attack. And the 30% boost attack speed is also useful because I'm not using haste most of the time. I use this for bounties and for bosses, and haste, I only use haste for bosses, so this dagger is pretty handy, good in PvP and good in almost everything. And with shatter, this 40 piercing damage will be 440 piercing damage, which will be almost the full damage. So if you're looking for offhands, then stick with poison offhands. And for jewelry, it has like, since you start to level 200s, then you should stick to skill rings. Like, do not even care about stat rings, do not care about rings that give strength, for example. Just stick with rings like those. I've got this ring since the first day I've played this game, so I'm never taking it off my inventory. This will just stay here with me. You should find skill rings like those Royal Ring of Rupture and Royal Ring of Shatter, and a Grand Ring of Rupture and Grand Ring of Shatter. That's till you're level 150, it will be pretty handy. And if you hit after 150 and you could exchange, then try to get some Paradise rings. They add levels to Rupture and Frenzy and gives you some vitality to survive. Like, I'm full strength since I'm level 130, and I'm not willing to change this build because, like, Warrior Spirit is high armor and vitality. Your armors always give so much HP, more than other classes. Rangers get the same HP, but they do not get the same armor or same defense, so you're pretty much tanky even if you do not have vitality. Like, look at me, 7,000 health, and 3.6k damage, and with Frenzy it's 4.4k. But in Zord build, I use Zord for bosses. Zord build. Where is Zord rings? This one. This one. I put in the right spot. Yeah. Person Majestic. Zord ring. This one here. Okay. Don't have it on hotbar. I always get lost between my stuff. Oh my god, I hate those ones. So yeah, look at this HP, 8.7k and all points in strength. Zord is good, and I like the Zord rings actually. They give you focus and vitality. I'm not sounding like a dumb, but once you get dodge goal does not buff your energy, so you lose a massive amount of energy, and you'll need some focus. So, look, for example, the Exalted Top gives 300 energy. The dodge top does not give any energy, so when people get full dodge, they add some focus and vitality because they want to survive and cast more. So I hope you guys have learned something and enjoyed this video. And if you want more guides, comment down and tell me. I would make more if you want. So for now, I'll just say goodbye.